It looks so cool.
Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Today we are here to check out Temu's top 5 most sold products. Now, how accurate are these numbers? I have no idea. So let's dig in, let's check them out, let's give them a thorough run through and see if they're worth your money. All right, starting up is a pretty basic one. The box looks very Temu-esque, pretty beat up. Also, make sure to stick around to the end. We do have a bonus 6th item that was very high on the list, but I thought about trying out. It's kind of sitting over here. It came in 4 different boxes, so stick around to the end to check that out. All right, so this is just supposed to be a pretty nice 2100 milliliter water bottle. So starting right out, looks like we got ourselves a hefty carrying strap for this thing, and I will say the carrying strap is nice. Look at that. I mean, considering this water bottle comes in a little over 25 bucks, I'm not too surprised it would come with a pretty nice strap, because water bottles are getting very cheap these days, price-wise. Quality-wise, they just kind of keep going up. So let's see if Temu matches up. All right, box aside, we got ourselves a little owner's manual with absolutely no English, so don't expect to use that unless you read the language. Well, aside from the box being smashed, actually, okay, that's actually pretty nice. It's quite a bit nicer than I expected. Check this thing out. So, plastic housing internally. You have some nice measurements on the back here. 600, 1,000, 1,400, 1,700. I'm guessing those are the milliliter. Those are the milliliter measurements. And then over here on the left, you have ounces. Actually, pretty nice. Let's pop the cap off. So there's a couple things going on in there. Looks like we have ourselves a nice straw. So the straw appears to be made of silicone. This is not your average straw, but again, this is gonna probably click in here somewhere. Actually, it looks like it's gonna click right under this guy. Let's check this out. So it looks like the actual straw end goes on right here. Pretty simple. And this is only if you want the straw. It looks like it's optional. It's got a pretty nice latch for the mouthpiece here. Instead of pushing in, that won't do you any good, you pop it down and then you push in. So if you lift up on it, it actually has a built-in lock. That's kind of cool. I don't have that in any of my bottles. So on top of the nice carrying strap you get here for longer trips, it also has a really, honestly, this feels like nice quality right here. This is pretty solid. So got that latch. Let's see how the mouthpiece goes in. Looks like it just slides in and locks into place right about there. It doesn't lock in too tight, so it's easier to pull out, but you can see the mouthpiece retracts. Honestly, that's pretty nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go clean this thing out. I guess I'm just gonna put some water in it and I'll use it throughout the video. I mean, it feels nice. The plastic's got a bit of a flex to it. I mean, it's big, but if this is what you're looking for, that's what you're paying for. All right, we got our water in it. Can easily just hook it over, or you can do, one arm over, one arm under, but hey, this thing is surprisingly nice. All right, jumping in next, of course, in their top list is gonna be some headphones. We did a bunch of headphone reviews back in the day. I think I ordered like 15 or 20 pair for one video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But these ones here seem to sit towards the top. These are the G9S true wireless headsets. So we're gonna pop them open, we'll get them tested. I'll give you my point of view on them and we can go from there. All right, first thing I noticed, micro USB, not the biggest fan. I've seen a lot of headphones that come from Temu that are of decent quality that come with USB Type-C. It's such an easy and cheap thing to add these days. Here is the case, got kind of a different opening to it. So it opens up kind of clamshell. Let's see if it came with any charge in it. It did, it came with 76%, that's nice to see. So if you look inside, you get a nice charging ring. It actually shows you that both of them are charging. I really appreciate that. Sometimes there's a light, sometimes on the nicer ones, there's not even a light. And that kind of drives me nuts. When you leave them sitting there all day and then you come back and you go like, man, I need to use my headphones. Gotta go to the gym, gotta go outside, whatever it happens to be. And you put them in and left ear's dead. Like, dang it. Always seems to happen. For me, it's always the left ear. Do you guys seem to run into that? Let me know down below. Okay, connecting them was pretty simple. They showed up as G9S. It shows right here. Connected with audio, 80% battery remaining. So let me pop some music on, give them a test, and we'll see how they sound. Now it's weird because they're not noise canceling from what I can tell, but I almost hear some really weird, and it's hard to explain. It's almost like it's trying to noise cancel, but instead all I hear is my own voice with a lisp. So that's really weird. Yeah, and it says nothing on here about noise canceling. So just something to keep in mind. Okay. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the audio quality. Highs, mids, and lows all sound great. Nothing's blown out, nothing's drowned out. I'm guessing that's why these are towards the top. So even though they're not USB Type-C, they don't have any kind of active noise canceling, although it sounded like they were trying to do that from the start. These sound good. I mean, for $7.48, it's really hard to go wrong. So in one of my previous videos, we did test out some headphones from a local store called Five Below. If you guys don't have Five Below near you, Five Below is almost like a Temu store in person, in a way. So originally when the store started, everything was $5 and below. Now they have things up to about 25 bucks. Most of the things in the store, including their headphones, are between $10 and $5, right? But their $10 headphones all sounded horrible, like next level bad. Do not try them. They are bad. But these, for if these were 20 bucks, I would still recommend these. Again, I would love to see a USB Type-C on here, but in the end, what you care about is, do they work and do they sound good? Yes, they do. All right, next one. We're gonna have to go outside to test this one, but I'm kind of excited about it. Fire pit. First thing I noticed when I opened this box, I did open this live on stream last Friday. The first thing I noticed, this thing is like nice quality. I know you guys are like, show it to me. Just show it, quit talking about it. All right, I got you. So this is a smokeless mini fire pit. I don't know how useful this would be to a ton of people, but I'm very curious to try it out. But seriously, this thing is stainless steel and this thing's tough. Like, I expected some really small, thin, cheap metal, and this is solid. This is nice. All right, so let's check out the parts that it comes with first. So first here on the bottom, you're gonna see it's got some feet. It's got 3 pop-out feet, and just like the rest of the build quality on this thing, it is solid. Now, quality-wise, I would expect something like this to come in around 40 to 50 bucks. This is $24. $24.70, $24.90. You guys know the deal. Prices will be on the screen somewhere. All right, so right here, what you have is an ash catcher that allows air to come through. This is gonna be part of the system that allows it to be smokeless, technically. We'll see how well that works. We're gonna test this one. So it slides right down in the bottom, and it leaves enough of a gap right here for air to come in and reduce the amount of smoke that comes out while you're having a little fire. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this one here gets used, but this is supposedly a pellet adapter. According to the instructions, it sits about here. Again, I'm not quite sure. Maybe this just keeps the pellets from burning directly over the handle, not sure. And then final instruction is to place this on top. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this thing outside, we're gonna get some fire going. It's dark outside and it's a bit of a chiller night, so I wanna see if this thing puts off enough heat to kind of help me out and see how well it works. All right, so just taking a look, we just got the fire started. I don't know how well the camera's gonna pick this up, but honestly, there's almost no smoke being produced. Now, let's be realistic, guys. It's fire. There's gonna be some amount of smoke. I gotta say, if you're solo camping or, you want something small, you wanna have some s'mores without making a big mess, this thing puts out a ton of heat. I mean, I only have a few twigs in there. And I mean, I'm warm. My legs are warm, my hands are warm, but yet it's safe, If you live in a place where you get a lot of fires or it's super dry out, this might be a great alternative for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang out here for a little bit, but you guys can go ahead and head back inside. I'll see you in there in a minute.
So cool.
All right, coming in next. Now this one, I've actually been wanting to buy one of these. I see these on a lot of camping videos. I have been wanting to pick one up for a while. This is basically a multi-function boil, steam, fry, fast cooker type thing. If you see these in a lot of camping videos, they can boil water or food or whatever crazy fast. And I want to see if this matches up. All right, so first thing inside we're going to notice, it's got a nice carrying case to it. Got a little bit of a customer service card. This is from the company Blue, B-L-U-U. Again, as many know, Temu is an online marketplace, quite similar to Amazon or similar. So there's a lot of different companies that sell on there. Right in here, you have the cooking instructions. I do have to make sure I have some of this gas. If not, the next part of this video is going to be filmed tomorrow. It does say specifically use this product outdoors only. All right, next up inside the package, we appear to have a little included bowl with some nice handles. So we got ourselves a nice little handle. So if you're cooking up some food or some water and you need to move it aside, it is included. Got a fancy little lid with it too. It is not a sealing lid, but it's a nice little lid. It has a silicone top. It is plastic. A couple of breather holes here on the side. Oh, didn't know all this was in here. All right, so next up what we have. Right here, we have a stabilizer. This is what you're gonna mount the actual gas canister on. So if you look here on the side, there's a couple of ridges that are gonna allow your gas canister to slot right in here and stabilize the whole thing. Then, on top of your actual gas canister, you're going to mount this. This is the burner. Looks like we have an open and close valve here, pretty simple system. There is no safety check valve in this, so keep that in mind. And then here on the side, we have our igniter. Not sure if you can see it quite there on camera, but it's got a pretty strong little spark in there. And then next up, this is the fast boiling pan. Basically, this is where the magic's gonna happen. Down here inside, you can see there are multiple different levels to increase thermal conductivity, basically helping you heat up. This does feel pretty thin, almost like aluminum. So I do wonder how long this will hold up. So aside from that, it does appear to be 0.75 liters. It's got this nice little rubber type thermal thing on the outside. And again, you have these folding handles. Okay, we found it, got everything set up. Now, I'm doing this inside. Don't do this inside. It says straight inside, don't. I do have my Inkbird CO2 monitor here. Quick update. I did a video on this thing a while back. It was a sponsored video, but I've had it for quite a while now. I will say, my biggest complaint, it doesn't hold battery nearly as long as I hoped it would. A few months isn't bad, but it doesn't last as long as I thought it would. Another update here. This I did in a Temu video a long time ago. I actually don't even remember which video. And I couldn't find it until today. This somehow had gotten dropped in my backyard and it has been back there ever since. No rust, nothing. But thankfully I found it because it happened to have the exact gas tank I need. This is a Coleman butane propane mix. This stuff you can get at Walmart, any local type of hardware store. Cheap. I think this is like $4, maybe $5 for this can. All right, so jumping right into it, you're going to take this, thread it onto the bottom. Make sure your valve is closed before you do this, by the way. She goes in nice and tight, but the valve, make sure it's closed all the way. Take the can, and it slots into these nice slots, giving it a lot more stability. All right, you can see it slots in very nicely. I like that they added this. This is just a nice touch. Again, I've never tested any of the other versions, so let me know if those do it too. All right, let's give it a quick test burn. Just a quick test here. Boom, nothing. We're gonna open it very lightly. Okay, so right now we have a flame going. It is very hard to see because, well, that's just the way these flames work. Let's see if we can get it on camera here at all. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can feel heat rising pretty good, and you can see the igniter heating up. Turn it to the right, flame is off. So now we're gonna see how long this takes to boil water as our primary test. We'll use our fancy new water jug. All right, so for a fair test, we're gonna do 0.5 liters, half a liter in there. Slot it back in nice and tight. We'll keep the handles out. We're gonna crank it up a bit and see how she goes. And we are to a rolling boil already. Okay, that is quick. Guys, I'm definitely looking forward to testing this out some more in some of the future camping videos that I've been talking about forever. I know they're gonna come out this summer. Getting some plans set up, trying to make it all happen. So I guess short term, this thing's awesome. Like this thing is it's a full setup, minus the gas tank, of course. I don't think they can ship those realistically. So for now, let's go ahead and set this off to the side. Yeah, so at $35, that comes in about a third of the popular brands that I've seen out there that I really wanted to try. Now, given they might last longer, they might have some different attachments, maybe I'll try one of those out. If you guys want to see some other brands of these, let me know. Make sure to throw in the comments down below. Plus, what would you use this thing for? I'm very curious. These seem to be very popular. I know that I would use it for coffee, food, water, just a lot of things. Coming up next is actually the most expensive part of today's haul. These are some LED curtain lights. Now, if you guys are anything like me, or if you have seen as many of these, I mean, these things are absolutely everywhere. I don't know the brand most people are using, but I'm seeing these downtown, all over cities. I'm seeing them in other people's videos. These things are just kind of everywhere. So, being in the top 5, I just had to test them out. So here we go, hopping right in. Looks like they have a special custom screw-on connector here with a 5-volt 0.3 amp connector right here. Got ourselves a nice looking remote right there. Check that out. A lot of different options. This one apparently is programmable. You can get different shapes, styles, make little faces, all sorts of cool things. Again, it looks like it has a little QR code right here on the bottom for getting your software on your phone. All right, so let's get them set up and check them out. All right, so we got this thing set up out here because this thing is massive. Now, if you look all the way up here, that is 10 feet by 10 feet, and then it's 10 feet all the way to the ground. Now, let's get this light off. I'm gonna get out of the way and let you guys check out some of these awesome lighting presets they have. Plus, you can do a bunch of your own. Okay, so right here on the menu, you can see a whole bunch of different options. You have colorful, effect, word, gallery, do it yourself, go along with the music. For now, we're just gonna go with their custom gallery. They have dozens of them. So real quick, I'm just gonna show you guys a few of them. Okay, now in this section here, you can actually change the color to be whatever you want. It's pretty reactive, it works pretty quick. Then under effect, you have a bunch more presets, kind of like we were going through before. That would be awesome in a gaming setup because they're gonna match your keyboard. You can also change the brightness and the speed. There's also multiple settings in each setting. All right, so overall coming in at 50 bucks, this isn't the cheapest thing in the world. But come on, that's pretty awesome. You take this thing camping with you, you set it up in your media room, you give this to your kids, you're gonna win the gift contest for sure. So this one is definitely a recommend for me. All right, so I left the camp stove outside for obvious reasons, but seriously, for 25 bucks, that thing is an absolute win. That thing is so cool. It's just perfect for 1 or 2 people, kids, little tiny campfire, cooking some s'mores. You will see that again in future videos. Now, just a quick fun shout out. This right here is the fire starter that I actually used to start that little thing. These are actually meant for a different video. These are meant for a fire starting video. I basically bought all the things off Temu to start fires, including some hand start ones. So that's a future video coming out. So this has just been a little bit of a sneak peek. They burned for about 3 to 4 minutes, started that fire up, no problem. All right, now that we've gone through the original 5, we're here to check out the bonus item. So the bonus item, which was really close to the top 5. The bonus item is a little handheld coffee pot. I know, coffee pot. Come on, Gary, right? No, but seriously, check this thing out. Let's get all the parts out and we'll take a peek at it. Now, this whole set here came in just under 50 bucks. It was $48, and that included all the pieces you see before you, including the drip filters. I do not personally know a lot about this kind of custom coffee world, but I will say the very few times in my life that I've made coffee by hand, grinding the beans, using some kind of drip or something similar, it's a very calming thing to do, you know, and the coffee usually turns out pretty good. So here we have the actual coffee pot. Then we have this. This is the glass funnel filter cup. This is what's going to hold your filters in place right here on top. Now, I guess as far as the test on this, I'm not going to go too crazy. Due to having a full-time job, I'm filming this video a little past midnight. But we'll check out what it comes with. We'll pour some hot water from our fancy little cooker here. It's a really cool idea. So here you got a little clip that'll hold on to something. This is your little coffee scooper. Check that out. Then you have your little T-type pouring pot. So get your water hot, put it in here, store it. You can see inside that it's stainless steel. And then with this guy here, it does just kind of sit on top. It's got 3 air vents on the side so it doesn't get clogged up or bubble or overflow. Now these filters here are from Shuijiang. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you could easily use these or your own preferred filter. This is my very limited knowledge. Overall, I will say, just in general, I mean, it's a drip coffee pot. If it can hold coffee grounds and it has a place for water to go, it's gonna work. But you know, it seems like a decent little kit. I think there might be better ones though. One thing I don't like about it so far is this lid doesn't clip on anywhere. It would be nice to see it clip on. All right, so real quick, here's the comment I need from you guys. Which one was your favorite? What is something here that you think would be useful? What is the coolest thing you would do with it? Is it the cooker, the coffee pot? Is it the G9S headphones? Is it the giant 10 by 10 foot light strip? Or is it something simple, like a giant sport water bottle? All right guys, seriously, thank you so much for stopping in to check out this video. If you guys like more outdoor stuff like this or more lights like this, let me know. Throw it down in the comments. Now, I do already have a whole bunch of camping stuff here. It's on the shelves, it's ready to go. I'm just working on the time. We're gonna get to it soon. So again, if you guys stuck around to the end of the video, you guys are awesome. If you guys didn't watch the whole video but saw this part, you're still awesome. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.